episode 21 of the Drum Stream. We're here with special guest Rebecca Sykes, and we're very excited
Hello.
to be interviewing her today. We have been sorry for the snafu last week. Plexus Play has been rescheduled to August, so keep an eye out for that. Hopefully, everyone can hear my voice this week. If you can't, please let me know in the chat, and we will make sure to fix it as soon as possible. So yeah, Rebecca, what's going on?
Hello. How are you doing?
I am doing good. What is as we wait for the chat to pop up here? What has been filling your bucket? So yeah,
Um,
Rebecca.
oh, I hear echoing.
Yeah, I heard my voice. That is good.
I just ate some lunch, so I have a full stomach, so I won't need to eat during this.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Um,
What'd you eat?
Indian food from
Ooh,
Trader Joe's, the frozen meals. Trader Joe's has the best frozen meals.
I couldn't agree with you more, and they're well priced.
Yes,
I've heard bad
very
things
good
about
deals.
their Trader Joe's produce. I have people that
Hmm,
sigh at their produce, but their
interesting.
frozen food aisle is just the bee's
The
knees.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Right. I think I get their I've had their jackfruit curry before.
Oh, I've never tried that, but I've
Really, it's
wanted to
like
try
their Thai one.
jackfruit before
Mhm.
because like I've seen it as like a meat replacement,
Right.
but I mean, I love meat, so I
Sure,
eat
sure.
meat.
Sure, no, no. We like all food on the drum stream here.
Yes, good.
All right, we got a couple people coming in. If you're here, tell us where you're from. Tell us what's going on. Um, if you're just watching, go make an account so you can chat with us. And if you're watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Check us out. Um, let's see. Have you played any drums today?
I did earlier today. I played for like an hour or two.
Very cool.
And later I'm actually going to practice with some new friends of mine. So
Oh,
that's
very cool.
exciting. Yeah.
Very cool. Are these local people? You're from San Diego, hometown,
I am from San Diego. Yes.
born and raised.
Um, yeah.
Very cool.
Um, they're kind of scattered. One is in San Marcos, one is in Encinitas, and then the other is in San Diego as well.
All right.
So we kind of like bounce back and forth between locations.
Very cool. I feel that. Let's see if this pops up. Boom. There's the chat. Cool. Great. Well, man, that sounds really cool. Is there anything else you got going on today?
Um, Today, later, well, before that practice, I'm going to Studio West,
Oh, nice.
um, to take like a little tour and talk to somebody about their 1 year audio engineering program because I'm thinking about doing that.
Okay.
So
Very
that's
cool.
in the near future too. I'm very excited about that.
Dang.
Yeah,
Has being an audio engineer been something that you've always wanted to do, or has this become more recent?
it's definitely recent. I never like when I first started music and stuff, I actually did not have any interest in that stuff. But then once I started like messing around with some of it at my home studio, I realized I actually enjoy it. And so I was like, you know what? I think this could actually be a good path because
Yep.
I also want something stable, and that's more stable than just playing music, you know?
Sure.
So I'm hoping to do something in that area.
Yeah, you kind of have to have your foot in a lot of doors to make it
Yeah.
work as a musician.
Oh,
We all
yeah.
find that out at some point.
Yes, it's not easy.
No, but it's rewarding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Man, so let's see. Well, I'm in Long Beach, and I'm originally from San Diego. I just moved here after grad school, so my wife and I are living up here. We're very, very happy. I'm actually, I'm actually playing in San Diego every Wednesday through Sunday until the 4th of July right
Oh,
now.
wow.
We're playing. I'm playing with my band Juicebox at the San Diego County Fair. Did you know it's open?
I've I just found out about that and I was actually shocked because I didn't know the fair was happening this year.
Right.
But I like I've seen videos of your band and I really need to come see you guys because you guys sound really good.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a vibe there right now, because every it opened on the 11th, and it became. I feel like you are not alone with saying that. Who? What do you mean it's open? I thought I
Yeah.
thought COVID was still a thing, and it totally is. Let's not ignore that. Totally is. But yeah, ever since the 15th, when California officially, opened, dropped the color coded
Mhm.
thing, it's been very well attended, and lots of people are
I
coming
was
out.
gonna ask. Yeah.
And but you can get your tickets online now. They don't, from what I understand, they don't sell tickets at the door anymore.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
but yeah, oh, we got the DWT. Becca equals the
Oh, that
goat.
is my friend. Hello.
Woohoo! Say, who's your friend?
This is actually another drummer. His name is Justin.
Shout out
Um,
Justin.
yeah, he's great.
Way to go, Justin. Thanks for coming. Um, yeah, so the fair is open. This is crazy, and it's probably I've worked the fair for since I was about 10 years old with my dad's surf
Whoa.
band. That was like my first
Wow.
gig, and I know this is totally about this is your time. I don't want to talk too much, but
I like
yeah,
hearing about it.
the or how can I say, the fair has been such a staple in my working career for a long time. So when it didn't happen last year, it was very sad
Oh, yeah,
for
I
for me
bet.
and my bank account. But but
Oh,
notice, it was closed for a good reason. But yeah, it's back
right.
on. You should come through. There is
Yeah.
so yeah, as I said, I play with my dad's band there as well. My dad is the one that's he's a talent agent in town, um,
Oh.
a booking agent. So he um, actually got into uh, the right people and started and mentioned, hey, you don't have any entertainment at the fair, hardly. Let me put up a stage, let me put up sound, and let me book some bands there.
Wow. So
Yeah,
he
he's
kind of like started it all.
started to back up, I would say. The pandemic,
Okay. Yeah.
it kind of decimated their production team there, so they really don't
Mm,
have, they don't have like the big stages that they've had there at all.
yeah.
My
Wow.
since we have the production company, my dad owns like a 12 by 12 stage that we
Hmm.
put up. We moved it in the moving van, and we moved it all up there. Load in was crazy. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so but it's been a family ordeal at the fair for 16 years for us, so it's been nice to get back there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been fun, but
And when does the fair end?
the fair ends on July 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna try to make it.
2
And you
weeks
said
left.
Wednesday through Sunday?
Yep, Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
The surf band plays 11 to 3, and Juicebox plays 4 to 8.
Oh, so you're like, are you in the surf band? Is
Yeah,
that your
sometimes
dad's?
I do double duty.
Yeah,
Wednesdays and
okay.
Sundays I don't, but Thursday through Saturday I'm there from 9 to 9.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah,
long days.
yeah.
Whew.
It's feast or famine out here in the working gigging world here. I'm super
Yeah.
glad to have the work.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
well, very cool. What about let's talk more about Rebecca here. What has been something that's occupied your time that's not musical in the past 15 months?
Oh, Um, well, I was in school. That was like half musical though, because I'm studying music.
Hmm.
But then I had like psychology and communications and like general ed. That took up a lot of time. And everything else I did was kind of music related. So that's a hard question.
Got you.
Maybe puzzles. I
Ooh.
like doing puzzles. Um,
What type of puzzles?
just regular jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I can't
I
stand
mean,
puzzles.
really?
No.
I just put some music on and then I just sit there and do the puzzle. It's very therapeutic.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of like a listening, like a podcast guy. If I'm not doing anything musical,
Mm.
like I'll go walk my dog and like listen to a podcast.
I have been going on a lot of hikes.
Well, that's good.
I've been getting into hiking, yeah.
Hmm.
And behind my house there's this nice trail, so I'll go on walks back there every now and then if it's not too hot outside.
Okay.
I also recently started getting into reading, so I'm trying to read more as well.
Very
There's
good.
more than I remembered. It started coming to me.
That's good. Well, very
Yeah.
cool. Well, this might be a good chance to segue into the drum news. Yes, yes, we're here. The drum stream, drum news, where every week we bring you the best, the brightest, and sometimes the funniest headlines from the drum world. Also, sometimes just some run of the mill, easy Googleable things, but things that you may not know. So first on the docket here is Evans, as of June 22, which is today, y'all, has released a new heavyweight UV dry head. This is your not your average 2 mil head. This is has a it features two plies of 10 mil film, providing maximum durability, compressed attack with a wide dynamic range. It also has a big 3 milliliter reverse dot. So I guess that's very similar to the Remo dot reverse dot. So if Remo has it, Evans has it. If Evans has it, Remo has it. Do you
Yep.
what I don't know. I've been kind of going back and forth between Remo and Evans like my whole life. I've also had an Aquarian kick from now and again.
I actually am an Aquarian user.
Woo!
Like, yeah.
I like the
Um,
what is it called? Is it the Aquarian? Well, I think there's two that I love. I love the modern vintage for like jazz and
oh
everything.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think it's called the controlled sound
I think
for kick drums. It has
I think
like
that's
a
Remo.
muffler. You might be right.
There's Super Kick too. That's like the most common
For Aquarian,
Aquarian kick head, and it has like the foam ring
it's kind of like
on
the
that.
EMAD Evans EMAD, right?
I don't know which one that is. I'm more familiar with Remo than Evans,
Hmm.
but I use Aquarian.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Let's make it known. Aquarian is in the house, everybody. Aquarian. Yeah, yeah.
Aquarian.
Well, when Aquarian gets in the news, we will make sure to bring them to the drum news.
Yeah.
Um, okay, next up here. Yesterday was Make Music Day, which
Hmm.
was totally, yesterday was my day off, so I didn't make any music yesterday. I felt bad.
I don't even know if I made music yesterday.
Yeah, so we both might have missed Make Music Day, but
How sad.
let's just remember to make extra music today. As I know we
Yes.
mentioned that
Make
you're
up
gonna go
for
make
it.
some music earlier or later today,
Hmm.
and you've already made music today. That's good. I've
It's
also played a
true.
little music today, so it's we're making up. We're still
Yes.
here. I don't think the world's gonna crumble, but it was Make Music Day yesterday. That's probably to me one of the I would say it's a hallmark holiday, but it is something that gets around Facebook and the socials and says it's Make Music Day. It's kind of like Go Skate Day. Have you ever heard of that?
Hmm. I I think I have. There's a bunch of like holidays like that.
Yeah.
Like just days that are for certain things, like eat
Right.
a burrito day or
I mean,
you know.
that's on. Isn't that on October 31st with Chipotle, the burrito? If you
Oh,
show up to Chipotle in your costume, you get like half off or $3 burrito or something.
I didn't know about that, but I'm going to participate
Yeah,
this year.
yeah. I remember when they put that out. It was you could go get a free burrito if you showed up in.
Really?
Yeah, they realized that was a bad idea because people just kept
Too
getting in line
many
with different
people.
costumes. But
Oh, that's true.
that was those were the heydays of Chipotle. um, okay, cool. Oh, I thought this was really great. Okay, so they have the Olympic Swimming Training Center in Omaha, Nebraska, from what I
Hmm.
understand, and they always do some sort of send off for the athletes. And to keep up with that tradition, since the Olympics were going to be in Japan this year, they sent him off with a taiko drumming, and that was very specific to drumming. Here, let me see if I could bring this up. There we go. Check this out. Pretty cool.
Million. At this year's swim trials. There is a good reason behind it. For an explanation, they took us on the pool deck. A thunderous sound rattles the arena. Taiko drummers believe it's felt in your soul.
Just getting to drum every night is wonderful, and the crowd has been great, the audience. We get a lot of good feedback.
For 8 straight nights, the Lincoln, Omaha area-based drummers brought a Japanese tradition to life on the pool deck. A slice of Tokyo to Omaha.
I learned taiko drumming when I lived in Japan, teaching on the JET program, and then I just eventually was able to start a group here.
Every 4 years, organizers select something to tie together Omaha with the Olympic host city. And the swimmers who qualify for the Olympics get to sign it.
For Rio, they had a surfboard. For England, they had a red phone booth. And so this year they have the drum. And then I guess they thought it would be cool to have actual drums.
Maureen has already taught taiko to several generations of children and adults.
So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Finally, drummers, they're giving the drummers some, for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Have you ever
seen-
tried taiko?
Oh, no, I haven't, but I've seen that game. Do you know that
Oh, yeah.
game with the kind of like Rock Band, but with that kind of drum?
For taiko.
I've always wanted to get that game, but
Yeah. I forgot they
I
have
haven't.
that.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in real life though. Or actually, I don't know if I've even seen a video of like actual taiko drums. That's really cool.
Yeah, the have you ever played like marching percussion before?
Mm-hmm.
So like how like the snare sticks are like really thick?
Yeah.
They're like nothing compared to the taiko sticks. Where like I think I'm not sure like what they're made of, but they're like they're thick
Really?
stick. I mean like big. Think of like an IKEA dowel or something that you put in, and then just enlarge that by like
Yeah.
20,000, and you have these
Oh
huge taiko
gosh.
sticks. And when I was at CalArts, they had a taiko ensemble. I never was very interested in getting into it, but I had friends that were doing it, and they had always mentioned that their forearms were like ridiculously sore
Oh
after doing it
yeah.
because of
I
how much
bet.
strength you need to play, and it's also like a dance too, super
Oh.
choreographed and super like you have to really like bring your hand back.
Yeah.
So it's an art, it's a music, it's a dance.
That's cool.
Very, very fun, you know.
I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a couple classes in town. What else? Oh, and this was interesting. I don't know how Travis Barker keeps popping up um in almost every drum news here, but for all the Travis Barker enthusiasts, um you can buy his kits. You can buy two of his OCDP kits. Um and yeah, you can buy the Troy Lee kit, which I'm assuming is this one on the right, for a mere $30,000.
Oh my.
And you can buy this Evil Knievel kit for the lesser people that can't afford $30,000 for $25,000. They sport Remo drum heads, which boo Remo.
That's right.
And I thought that was interesting. I'm assuming that maybe a lot of this stuff will go to a good cause, as I don't think Travis Barker needs the money. But, kind of cool.
That is cool,
I
but
think
a lot of money too.
if you really, maybe you get a good tax write-off by
Yeah.
investing $30,000 into your next OCDP drum kit. OCDP isn't around anymore, so there's something about that.
Really?
Yeah, that died a couple of years ago, at least. But they live on. They're here. Well, that just about. Oh, I have one more. That's right. This is. I'm not really normally a top 5 type of guy, but they released John Bonham's 5 favorite drummers, which are very surprising, because John Bonham, legendary rock and roll drummer, Led Zeppelin, really had his eye on a bunch of the more formative jazz players. So top 5, number 1 for John Bonham was Gene Krupa, who came up in Benny Goodman's band, famous for playing Sing Sing Sing, famous floor tom solos.
Yeah.
Every middle school jazz band, if you have a good drummer, you play Sing Sing Sing. Second was probably one of his more contemporaries, one of his people in his class, Ginger Baker. Ginger Baker was also super influenced by people like Art Blakey and Elvin Jones. There's a really famous drum battle between Art Blakey and Ginger Baker, and full disclosure, Art Blakey wipes the floor with Ginger Baker, but I'm sure Ginger Baker was very excited to be in the same room. Ginger Baker obviously went on to record with Eric Clapton, Cream, and that's kind of huge there. Third was Buddy Rich. Of course, everyone, I guess, needs to put Buddy Rich in some list. And funny, we had 80/20 drummer on here a while ago who has a really funny video about how Buddy Rich isn't the best jazz drummer, and it's a pretty trolly video, but super interesting if you want to.
I'm gonna watch that.
Want to watch that one. Fourth was Max Roach. Max Roach is I feel like Max Roach is one of the most, probably one of the more underrated jazz drummers as you start getting into the idiom. But when you get more and more into the idiom, you realize Max is like the king of vocab and A and B melodic jazz drumming, kind of a crazy force of movement on the kit. And fifth here, Keith Moon from The Who. Come on. Anyone that kicks over their drum set is going to make my top 5 list, I think. So, any of these drummers on your list, Rebecca?
No.
Okay. No worries.
John Bonham is.
Heck yeah. Man, he changed the game. Okay, cool. So, yeah, now everyone that's listening and wants to see how John Bonham got his swag, check out these drummers, man. Gene Krupa, Ginger Baker, Buddy Rich, Max Roach, Keith Moon, all fantastic drummers. Definitely wants to check out, Gene in the jazz, Ginger in the rock, Buddy in the jazz, Max in the jazz, Keith in the rock. So, bunch of rock and jazz drummers. I'm not surprised how all that stuff, I'm not surprised by this list, but how Fusion came about. So, it makes a lot of sense here. All right. That was the drum news, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If anyone listening has any drum news, please put it in the chat. And if you want to get your stuff on the drum news at any point, please send us a message. You can check us out on Instagram at the drum stream. Very easy to spell, very easy to remember. It's also right up here in the corner, you guys. Our logo, the drum stream. Check it out. Check us out on Instagram and have a good time with that. Okay, let's get to it.
All right.
Rebecca Sykes, everybody. I have a huge apology that we spelled your name wrong on the first flyer.
That's okay. It's happened before.
I have I don't think it's diagnosed, but I think I have a slight dyslexia. Sometimes when I'm reading things, I'm putting them on the small spreadsheet. I work with a producer, a friend of mine, who helps me with all the flyers. He just goes off what I put on the spreadsheet. So my bad.
That's okay. At first, I didn't even notice that it was spelled wrong, and then my dad saw it on my Instagram, and he was like, "He spelled your last name wrong."
Oh.
And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Sorry, Dad. Damn. Didn't mean to upset your father, whose name Udon, I'm assuming. Well, Rebecca, we're very happy to have you on the drum stream today, and
I'm happy to be here.
We've been friends for a while. I remember you came into my knowledge after asking to grab some Cascas.
That's right.
And ever since, I've been peeping the Instagram, seeing a bunch of your videos that have been up on my feed, and very happy that it's come full circle that we can give back here and get you on the stream as well. So very happy to have you on the stream today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I always like to kind of start off the interview with just kind of talking about how you came to music, and we were chatting before this thing came on, and you do have a very interesting and relatable kind of jump into music. So yeah, where did it start?
Okay, so I first started in middle school. I actually started on clarinet, and I was in the middle school band and the jazz band and any music related thing I could, because I quickly realized I loved it. And then I saw another kid in the band play piano, and I was like, oh my God, I need to learn how to do that. So I started taking piano lessons. And then after that, I went to, have you heard of the Beatles Love Show in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
I don't know if, yeah, I saw that, and it blew my mind. And
did you become a big Beatles fan after that?
Oh yeah, they're my number one. That changed my life.
What's your
forever.
favorite Beatles record?
Really? Oh gosh. Oh, that's hard, but I'll say Rubber Soul, because I love that one top to bottom, all the way. But
that's good.
It's hard. That's a hard question.
Yeah, mine's Revolver.
That's I was thinking about that one too. That one's really good.
I think it's just to riff on the Beatles real quick. I was such a late Beatles guy, which is fine because there's just so much to do. But when you listen to the Beatles after let's say after not being a Beatles person, once you listen to the Beatles and you recognize every song, you're like, man, they just wrote so many hits.
Yeah.
And how every record you're like, oh, I've heard that song.
Right.
And it's like you
There's
can't listen to any record right now and go to track 7 and say you've heard that song. There's like a 1 in a million shot that would happen unless it comes across
that's
like your
a
Spotify stream or something, so
yeah, that's a good point. There's everybody on earth knows some Beatles song. Like,
even if they don't know who the Beatles are, they'll hear
yeah,
that song and they'll be like,
like,
oh, that's the Beatles. I love
yeah.
the Beatles, and then they're instant fans.
Yeah.
There it's
Yeah.
I find it. I always have to raise an eye to the people that say, I don't like the Beatles, because there's this counterculture. My parents, when they were growing up, that like either you hated the Beatles or you loved the Beatles.
Mhm.
I think it probably just like anything. It was a fad, and so either you were down with the
Yeah.
fad or the trend, or you weren't. So
Yeah.
I understand that to a certain extent, but I think we grow as musicians in a certain way that you realize that there's good music and bad music, and you put that trend aside and you just love the music that you like.
Yeah. Truth.
So the
Yes.
Beatles are great in my book. If they're not in your book, that's fine. But
It is fine.
You're missing out.
I agree. 100%.
Okay, so you saw the Love Show
Yeah.
and it changed your
Yeah.
life. How did it change your
So,
life?
oh, well,
Do you
the
remember the
biggest
specific moment,
thing,
or a specific moment, or a
just
multitude of
like,
moments?
so sitting in that room, it's like a whole circle. So there's people sitting in a whole circle in the room, and there's like these curtains and these dancers, and the music is just like playing,
Is
and
it
you're
like a
just in
Cirque?
it.
It's like a Cirque du Soleil show?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and for the first time hearing a bunch of different Beatles songs that I've never heard, um, their music is very interesting. Like, and for this show, I think they alter some of the songs, so it's even more weird. Um,
Mhm.
and something about that, like, I was just feeling it, like, and watching the performers on these trampolines and doing flips and all kinds of things. There was a story going on with the performers, and then
Mhm.
the music was like playing around you. Something about it, it was just magical. And um I bought the CD after that show, and on the way home, it took like 5 hours, and I had that on repeat. Just the
Oh,
CD,
heck yeah.
the track. Yeah, I just had it on repeat the whole drive home, and then for like the following months after that. And that's when I like became super obsessed. And then I saw an ad online for Rock Band, and
The
um
video game.
the video game Rock Band.
Right.
And I saw there were drums. I had Guitar Hero and I loved playing Guitar Hero already. So I saw that there was a game similar to it that had drums. So I was like, I want that. So I asked my parents about that. And then my dad was like, are you actually going to use that? Like,
It's kind of a
really? Do
big
you
thing,
need
huh?
that?
Like a
Yeah.
big chunk of space that takes up in your living room.
Yes, it is. Like it sits in the middle of your living room and it stays there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he
Bunch
was
of chords.
very skeptical.
Mhm.
Um, but I convinced my parents and they bought it, and I would literally come home from school like every day and play for sometimes like 4 hours just
Wow.
playing the video game. And it was actually the Beatles version too. So I was just playing through Beatles songs.
That's
That's
awesome.
another thing that really
I'm
hooked me
curious
to the
when you
Beatles.
if you were so into the Beatles by then, when you heard them on Rock Band and you saw, and like, I'm assuming like you didn't just start on expert, like, or like whatever the mode is. So like, were you like, man,
Yeah.
there's more here. I know there's more here. Like, how come this is like different or like truncated? Or did you have that realization, or was it just like just super fun to play the Beatles?
Um I don't think, yeah, I think I just played it because it was fun. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't actually thinking about the drum part. I was just trying to like learn the basic things and just play along. I liked what I was hearing,
Yeah.
and I would just hit those colored pads along to the screen, and it was fun. But then, yeah, then that actually developed my basic drumming skills. And honestly, that game is really helpful if you're trying to learn the drums because you're actually using your limbs. Like
Right.
you have the bass pedal and then both of your hands on the pads. Like it's not a bad way to start,
Right.
honestly.
Did they ever make a hi-hat attachment?
I think they do have that, and you can hook up your electric kit if you have one, and there's like a pro
Oh,
mode. So I did that like later on when I got better at the game and I could play expert mode.
yeah.
I hooked up my electric drums and I started playing the pro mode so that you can use cymbals and hi-hat.
Wow.
So that, yeah, full kit. Like,
So how many
yeah.
buttons? I mean, when you do pro mode, like we're getting so into this. I love it. When you do pro mode, how many more
Yeah.
buttons are there? Or like is blue like 3 buttons and red is another 3 button? You know?
So there's the yellow, red, blue, and green. And then for the symbols, instead of a rectangle on screen, it will turn into a circle
Oh, different
of the same
shapes.
color. Yeah.
Got
So
it.
red, I'll just say red circle is hi-hat, and then red rectangle is snare.
Uh huh. Okay.
Like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
And okay, so just for me, I thought it's so because I was playing drums when Rock Band came out. So when I went from
Hmm.
drums to Rock Band, I was like, "What is this?
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?" You know. And like I said earlier, I'm like, "There's so many more parts. Like, what the heck is going on?" And
Right.
so like, did was this are the cymbals on the right always? Like hi hat, even hi hat?
Um, most of the time,
Yeah.
but not
So
always.
like, because when I'm teaching drums, for instance, it's I kids find it really foreign to put your right hand over your left and keep your left underneath for the snare, and this is
Hmm.
very thing. And as the Rock Band, the pads are like very flat.
Yeah.
So like
So,
to do that is would it be an open-handed player?
um, I mean, it's actually up to you because you have the drum set up. So if you want the hi-hat to be like a right-handed kit,
Okay.
you can set it up like that. And
Wow.
then, yeah, it just depends how you set it up.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. So there's our Rock Band tangent there. So you say you already had an electronic kit though. So were you playing drums before Rock Band, or did you have Rock Band first and got
Um,
electric kit?
I know that my dad bought an electric kit like before I got Rock Band, and I played it a few times, just like whatever, not really caring
Mm-hmm.
or having a goal or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sat there. Um, and then it was in storage. And then once I started clarinet and piano, um, then I got Rock Band. And then that's when I took the electric kit back out because I started liking the drums. And then I actually was serious about it.
Cool. Wow. I think that's so cool that that game and and other some it's I find like there's this school of musicians that have come from Rock Band
Yeah.
and have come from the movie School of Rock.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and as I've watched you kind of you went to did you go to School of Rock or did you go somewhere else?
I went I went to School of Rock and I went to Villa Musica,
Right.
which is a nonprofit. music school
Yeah, yeah.
in San Diego. Yeah.
So,
So I tried to do as much as I could, like whenever I could.
mhm.
So I kind of bounced around everywhere.
So when did you make the move to be like, I'm playing drums? Like, at what point did this become like, uh, for lack of better terms, like your main axe?
Right when I started playing Rock Band, honestly. 'Cause shortly after I started playing Rock Band, I asked my parents if I could take drum lessons. Because
Mm-hmm.
then I realized, like, whoa, this is fun. I want to play like real drums now. Um, and so after I started taking lessons, I just knew like this is my favorite that I've played so far. I loved piano and I loved my piano teacher and clarinet. I continued clarinet and everything. But when I started playing on an acoustic kit in my lessons, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Like, this is too fun. I need to prioritize this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. And I saw that you've taken lessons from this guy Rick Stojak,
Yeah.
which is
Rick
crazy because I've
Stojak.
just heard about this. I've heard that name so many times. And as I Googled him and I see his studios in like Claremont Mesa Boulevard, like that's literally
Yeah.
like near where I grew up. So it's like, man, how did I miss out on
That's
Rick here?
awesome. He's amazing. Shout out to Rick,
Shout out
the
Rick.
best teacher in San Diego.
Come on,
I'm
Rick.
convinced.
Man, yeah, I took, I don't know if you know this music store, but I started lessons at Music Central. Remember that
Okay.
store?
Yes,
Yeah.
my piano lessons, I started piano lessons there
Mm.
at Music
Was it
Central.
at the?
Yeah,
Do you remember? Was it at the? Was it in the Mira Mesa store? Or was it the Balboa store?
I started in the Mira Mesa one,
Got
and
it.
then my teacher moved to Balboa.
Got
So
it.
both.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I took
that's
lessons at the
funny.
Balboa store. So
Yeah,
for like every Saturday for fucking like 9 months.
nice.
Crazy.
I
Um.
think they're gone now.
Oh yeah,
None of them exist.
they're dead.
Yeah.
I think Mira Mesa store is still open.
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
I played at that Golden Island store or the dim sum spot.
I'm
There's
not
there's like a
sure.
restaurant out there near that shopping center where Mira Mesa store is.
Okay.
And I'm almost positive. I could just be making this up because I knew it used to be there, but I'm pretty sure it's still there. You know what isn't in Mira Mesa anymore? It's the
Hmm.
epicenter. R.I.P. the epicenter.
I actually don't know what that is.
The epicenter was like the all age venue in Mira Mesa.
Okay.
It was right across the street from Mira Mesa High.
Okay. That's sad.
Yeah, big bummer. Right next to the police station, which was also a bummer.
Oh,
Very very weird spot to
perfect
put an after
placement.
school place. Yeah, very
Yeah.
interesting. Um, I think they also had a record store in Curtin there called Reel to Reel Records, from what I remember,
Hmm.
and that was kind of like a little San Diego staple in like the scene for a while. But back onto Rick. So how long did you study with him? And are you still studying with
Um,
Rick?
I still am. I think almost 6 years now, or six
Wow.
years. Yeah, from the beginning of my drumming to now and forward.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been like the biggest help with everything. I would not be doing the things I'm doing if it wasn't for him.
Wow. I'm
Yeah,
checking out his website right now. Very cool, man. And he has his own little studio,
yeah, it's at a little
like a lockout.
rented out space. Yeah.
Cool. Wow. Rick Stojak. That's such a drummer or like a musician artist performer name. I love it.
Yeah, it flows.
I'm gonna ask my dad if he's ever played with Rick Stojak.
That would be funny.
He's got a book too.
Yeah, he writes his own books. That's like what he teaches out of primarily.
Uh-huh.
and they're called How to Build a Drum Groove,
Right.
and it has like everything in it. Like it starts from the very beginning, just like hitting the hi-hat, just hitting the
Cool.
bass, snare, then building on grooves, and then there's a fill book and
Yeah, wow.
there's everything. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
recommend How
Very
to
cool.
Build a Drum Groove.
All right. Well, Rick, if you're watching online later on YouTube, maybe you can, let the drum stream know, and we'll give you. You can give you a shout. You can give us a book. We're all teachers out here, Rick. We're just trying to teach students how to play the
Oh
drums.
man.
Okay. Very cool. Let me get back to my notes here. Okay, so maybe we can jump into some current stuff here.
Sure.
You were in a band called the Kinky Velvets. Can you tell us maybe the origin story of this band?
I actually I actually quit that band recently,
Oh, well,
but
no longer in the Kinky Velvets.
yes, but
R.I.P.
we
Rebecca's
did,
rule.
yeah, we did release an EP called Misery of the Mistreated.
Mm.
3-song EP. You could check it out on any streaming platform. But my main band right now is Erratic Impulse.
Okay, what kind of group is that?
It's a metal band, metal, punk. It's a mix. Like there's some hardcore.
Uh
It's a
huh.
mix. Um, Completely different than what I'm used to playing, but like I'm loving it so far. And we just released our debut EP, um, self-titled Erratic Impulse, also on all streaming platforms. And we are working on more songs. We're getting a good amount of shows. We actually just announced a show on August 28th at Soma.
Right, I saw that this morning. That is so
Yeah,
cool. I'm, I've played Soma a lot, and I'm also glad that they're still standing. Um,
yeah.
Soma, for what
I
it's worth, has, been just just a really great spot to play for
yeah,
anyone, and they don't,
I'm excited.
they don't charge. It's not a pay to play spot, from what at least we've never had to pay to play there. Like you have to sell 50 tickets to get in, kind of thing. How is it
Right.
now?
We are doing pre-sales. I don't
Sure.
know if it's required, but we chose to. Um, I don't think I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything and be wrong,
Sure.
but we do have pre-sale tickets.
Great. Well, I have pulled up an Erratic Impulse tune at random here. Would you mind if we took a listen?
Sure,
Is
yeah.
This one was released on May 14th, 2021. Are you playing drums on this?
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. This is Erratic Impulse. Must be the song. Oh, from the Erratic Impulse. Keep this going. Did you record this at your spot, or did you guys go to studio?
Um, we recorded it all on our own. So I recorded the drums at my house. The singer, everybody else actually recorded at the singer's house.
Cool.
So, and then the singer uh, mixed it, and then we got a friend to master it.
Very
So
awesome.
it's all on our own. Yeah.
This is cool. Like, you don't hear like many like kind of shreddy guitar solos like that on this
The-
tip.
yes.
And I love that.
our guitarist Russell. Shout out to you,
Yo,
Russell.
Russell.
He's amazing. Like actually all of them. Carlos, Jared, Russell, you guys are awesome. I love you guys.
Oh, this is the
They're
whole
great.
EP. Okay, so for everyone watching, you guys can find the whole EP of Erratic Impulse. See, I can. Boom, boom. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? It's right. No, seriously, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'll drop that in the chat right there. So we can have it. I just copied it. Boom. Cool intro. There it is. Hey, you guys can check this out. Erratic Impulse. It's in the chat. Go peep it. Wow. This is cool. This is going to slay us, Soma. 100%.
I'm glad you think so. Thank you.
Yeah. Very cool. Let me bring... I'm rocking 2 monitors and no waiting over here. Too many things to go to. Oh my gosh. Yeah, while I'm recomposing myself here, if you're in the chat and you're watching, let us know you're here, please. Let us know that where you're from. Let us know if you like Erratic Impulse.
Yeah.
You guys, y'all, everyone. I see you. Carbot 14XYZ. Rayo Cirque. Sad girl. Hope you're not sad. You can. It's okay to be sad. But where did it go? All my notes are. Oh, here they are. Okay. We're back, everybody. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we just talked about the current bands you're in. Let's maybe like something that I feel like is just so relevant to everyone at the moment is like how we've been all dealing with the past 15 months and having COVID been such a telling time for many. As you mentioned earlier, like you're going into Studio West to start recording more. Did the pandemic influence how you put content out this year? And maybe did you beef up your rig because of COVID like all of us did? Or has that always been part of your theme?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like, I actually, like, when people ask me that, I actually tell them that, like, COVID helped me a lot. It honestly, I mean, it was good and bad in different ways, like it was for everybody, but music-wise, it really helped me because at the start of COVID is when I started making content, like, regularly, and, like, I started taking it seriously, and I realized I loved doing it too. And once I made a Radiohead cover where I played guitar, bass, and drums, and then Adam Neely actually,
Whoa.
I submitted it to his like critique a musician or something. He was doing something along those lines, so I emailed it to him, and then it got copyrighted on YouTube because it sounded like the original song. And so his video got copyrighted because mine was in his video. So he posted just me on his Instagram. And then overnight, like, thousands of people came to my page and followed me. And, like, the video just, like, got a lot of attention. And I was like, whoa,
wow, that's
like,
so cool.
How did this happen?
The Adam Neely bump.
Yeah. And then that just motivated me to, like, keep going because I saw people they were enjoying what I was doing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this, see what happens.
Yeah.
And it's like really helped me. I've made so many connections just through Instagram, and um, yeah, it's just been really good for my music life. Like right now, I'm involved in a lot of different projects because people have seen my Instagram account, and like I've been able to network a lot from that.
Man, that's great. So you've been
Hmm.
doing a lot of maybe so you've been doing a lot of like kind of remote work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I've
great.
been recording. I haven't done any recently, but I was doing a lot of remote recording from my house for people for work. So it's been really great.
Heck yeah. And maybe could you take us through your current recording setup?
Sure. Okay. If I can, um, if I can explain it all properly. Um, so I have my Gretsch Catalina Maple kit, and then I have the Audix DP7 mic kit. So it
Uh-huh.
has, I don't know the exact names of each mic, but it has um, the bass drum mic. It
Uh-huh.
has three tom mics, mounted tom mics, a mounted snare mic, and then two overheads. So um, I
Cool. That's the
use
whole
all
pack.
of those. Yeah.
Great.
And then that goes into a 16 by 8 Tascam interface. And then I use Logic Pro on my laptop to do all of the other stuff.
Very cool. Any plans to buy any more gear on that end, or are you pretty happy with what you got right now?
Right now, I'm happy with what I have because I only know how to do the basic stuff, but I plan on getting into the audio engineering stuff more at Studio West in their 1 year audio engineering program.
Right.
Um, I'm going there later today to talk about it with somebody there. So um, that will be in the near future. And I'm sure once I take that and I learn more about like all of that production stuff, I'm gonna want to upgrade um, a lot of my stuff.
Or maybe you can just use all Studio West stuff.
That too.
Yeah,
I I wouldn't mind.
man. There's yeah, Studio West is a great studio. One of San Diego's like, if not one of the, I don't know. I would say like top three studios
Yeah,
that when people come to San Diego to record, like that's where you go.
right.
Um,
It's very high quality for
yeah.
sure.
I
Mhm.
know. I'm pretty, and they have a couple of records hanging up there, like they have like a Blink 182 record that was cut
Yeah.
there. They have, gosh, I feel like Elton John's cut a record there or cut some
Oh
stuff there.
wow.
Um, there's another producer in town that I've worked with before named Josquin Desprez, who's runs this record or runs this studio called Trackstar Studios. Um, and through Joscan, we actually got to go into Trackstar, or to go into Studio West to cut some stuff, and it was such a cool thing. I've done a big band record there, a jazz trio record
Oh
there.
wow.
It's
That's
been
awesome.
yeah, it is a very nice and well put together studio.
Yeah.
Um, I don't remember if they charged us for setup fees or not. Doesn't matter. I always think that part of the studios, you can always tell if like they're legit or not, if they charge you for setup time or not.
Mhm.
Like to delve into recording studios, like I've gotten to record at Capitol before, and when you show up
Wow.
to a Capitol session, everything is set up, everything is
Really?
ready. Like it's like when well yeah you're I mean just set up your drums, all the mics are plugged in and ready. You
Wow.
gotta
I recently I recently did a session at Studio West for somebody,
Uh-huh.
and they did set it up while I was there. But I did go half an hour early, but I wasn't paying attention to the time. So I
Yeah.
don't know if it was before or during. But
Yeah, it's not too important, but it's just such a it's so nice. You get to start making music quicker,
yeah, you
and
just
uh,
go and then it's ready to go.
mhm.
Yeah.
I think you lose a lot of steam, a lot of energy, a lot of vibe when you have to wait for them to get a mic stand,
Yeah.
and plug into the patch bay or something. And you're just like, man, you couldn't have done this like 30 minutes before I got here.
Right. Yeah. You just have to sit and wait,
Yeah.
just observe. Yeah, and then you do lose some of that energy. You're
Right.
just like, okay, is it time now?
Right. So when you're recording stuff currently,
hmm
when I was listening to some of your YouTube videos yesterday and this morning, the production quality sounds fine. Sounds great. Are you like
Thank you.
rocking anything, on the buses? Are there some favorite plugins that you can recommend to the people out there that you're
This is
using?
going to be extremely unhelpful, because I have like a Logic template that I made. There was like one time where I just recorded some random drum stuff and then I just mixed it to what sounded good. I don't use plugins. I just use all of the Logic
Mm-hmm.
stock
That's
Logic
fine.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I just do what sounds good. I watched some YouTube tutorials and I followed that, and then I made that project a template. And so every time I record my drums, I just use that template, and there's like hardly anything I need to adjust
Mm-hmm.
because they're my drums and I don't move them. So like they sound almost the same every time.
Right.
So I'll adjust little things, but I mean,
Man,
I
you're
don't
not
put
alone
my,
on that tip. I think we all do
yeah.
that. Especially if the drums aren't moving.
Yeah, I have to make it easy for myself. So,
Man, very cool. I think there's a lot of weight to be put on like about learning the stock, everything that has like a stock plugin or whatever. Um, because at the end of the day, like I think a lot of the DAWs like that have great great stock plugins,
yeah,
and every plugin that you get from then on is going to do relatively the same thing, and you'll be able to notice a difference having had so much experience on like one set of plugins.
right.
For what it's worth too, if you're ever going to get some plugins, you should wait till Black Friday,
Oh, yeah.
because
That is
there is
a
so
good
many
tip.
deals. That's like you can easily drop $500 on that day,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like get a lot of stuff. Too much,
Yeah.
too many things. Do your research about what's coming out.
Don't go overboard.
Don't get too crazy.
Try not to.
Yeah. Okay, so do you feel better now that the kind of world is opening up, and has like your process for content changed or anything, or with gigs coming back, has your schedule been altered, or are you pretty disciplined as far as like your schedule goes?
Um, I would say I'm pretty disciplined, but when it comes to like gigs and like real life stuff versus content creation, I have noticed I've been slacking on the content creation because I'm doing much more in person now,
Mm-hmm.
which is much more preferred anyways, so I'm happy with that. Um, but when like I'm just trying to create videos whenever I want and whenever I can. Like I'm not trying to set a schedule. I used to do like a scheduled thing
Mm-hmm.
and um but right now I'm just following my weeks. Like this week I have a bunch of in-person stuff all week. so I won't be able to do a lot of video stuff, which is totally fine with me. But I'll get to the video stuff when I can.
Sure.
So,
Have you ever do you follow Zach Grooves?
oh, I used to, and I watched his YouTube videos.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of his channel sometimes is a lot of like vlogs type of things.
Hmm.
Maybe like not to like tell you what to do or anything, but if you feel like you're getting behind, you could always do like that type of you know sub of your channel too. Like
Hmm.
I think a lot of artists kind of neglect that. Like people want to see that you're a real person too. You
Right.
know.
That's my teacher, my drum teacher, actually has mentioned that before. But I feel like I like watching that stuff, but um, I'm like kind of shy talking to a camera.
Uh huh.
So it's like out of my comfort zone.
Totally.
So I
Well,
might try it someday, but like it
sure.
doesn't appeal to me like right away, you know?
Totally. You know, you could always try making it and never put it out, but
That's true. That is true.
I value the experience of making something and then throwing it away. Sometimes, it's just nice to have the process. It's
Yeah,
kind of like giving yourself permission to write a really bad tune.
yeah, I've actually never thought about that. That's that's a good thing to have in my head because how I approach things is like I'm doing this to show people and like I'm doing this not just for the experience,
Right.
but for the result too. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want that to be my only mindset with everything
Yeah.
because then that like traps me in a box.
Do you use like what do you use to edit your videos?
Final Cut Pro.
Okay, cool. Same.
So, yeah, everything I record is on my phone and then I just put it into my laptop on Final Cut Pro and do everything from there.
Synchronize clips.
Yeah,
That's the magic button right there.
yeah,
I don't know how it does it.
it is magic. That's it.
I have yeah, I haven't done many multi-cam angles or anything for any
Hmm.
of those things, but all you need is another iPhone and you're there.
Yeah, it's true. Um,
Got to get a foot cam.
on, oh yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about that, but
Drummers love the foot cam.
I know they do. It's nice to see what the foot is doing.
I think it's sometimes you watch foot cams. And I saw when I looked at like one of your most popular videos, this is Eric Moore, Phil.
Oh
And when
yeah.
you look at like drummers of that caliber and they have the foot cam, they always have the sickest shoes on.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
it's always funny
that's true.
to watch the foot cam because people that I don't know if it's about being keen or if it's just about having the style, like that's just like your own vibe to like I've just never been a shoe guy,
Me
you
neither.
know. So,
Like I buy a pair of shoes and then that's the pair I wear until they have holes in them.
till they're
And then
dead.
I get a new one and
Same.
then yeah.
Yep. But some people are shoe people and they're like, yo, if I'm gonna have a foot cam, I'm gonna wear dope shoes. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
dang, you're one step ahead of me in that
I
regard.
know. Yeah. If I were to do it, I would just be in my sock.
Sure, I've seen people do that too. It's good slip. Um, well, this is cool. The foot cam. If you're a fan of the foot cam, make sure you say foot cam in the chat. Foot cam
Yeah.
Academy Impossible is here. I don't know who that person is, but tell us where you're from.
Hello.
We got to get this chat involved because
I
just a
know.
bunch of lurkers. It's always I always think that's funny, but y'all, the chat is for you. If you guys have any questions for Rebecca, please put them in the chat, and we'll make sure to answer them as they surface. But I have a question here. And this is pretty general, but like having come up the way you did and having the knowledge you have now, are there's any like advice that you can give to some drummers that want to make see chat, that's what's up. Rausik foot cam for the win. Yeah, is there any advice that you can give to aspiring younger drummers that see your channel and want to do it, or
I've honestly never thought about giving advice, but I'll say
maybe something that's helped you. Maybe it's not about this is the right way, but
yeah, if you want to like start creating, just do it. You don't need like a bunch of high-end equipment. I didn't start making videos with the equipment I have now. You can just use the simplest things, like just use a phone camera, and like even the audio. If you can't get your hands on a mic or anything, just use the phone audio too. Just start with something. Like it doesn't matter how good it is. If you want to start. That's it.
I think iPhone compression is underrated. 100%.
Honestly, it's really good. The audio on iPhones, it's great.
Maybe after today we'll start a movement of using your iPhone audio in your final buses and your tracks.
Mix it in.
Yeah, just gotta chuck it in there.
Maybe I should try that.
Might be something to check out.
Yeah.
Throw a nice compressor on there.
Yeah.
Saturation.
Let's see. Another piece of advice for any musician, really. Just like try as many things as you can and like take as many opportunities, like say yes to as many opportunities that come to you. Because that's what really helped me. Like I rarely say no to things, even if I'm kind of like, ooh, do I think this is right for me, or like I don't know if I'm gonna do good at this. I just do it anyways, and most of the time it's great and it helps me. So just try whatever comes to you. It doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff there. Saying yes to, I feel like I think the amendment there, being slightly older, is when you say yes to everything, you have to be ready to deliver. Saying yes to everything might get you in a bad spot if, first instance, you say yes to the country gig and you've never played a country gig.
That's
Which
true.
is, you can say yes. It's not to say don't say yes, but be prepared to give 110% to everything you say yes to. Or else don't say yes.
I do agree with that. Yeah, like if you know for a fact that you can't deliver, or like you're not going to satisfy the person that is asking you, then maybe you shouldn't say yes. But
yeah. But don't deny yourself the opportunity to shine,
Yeah.
Very good. I want to back up a little bit. I want to talk about your time at Villa Musica. You said you did a 16-week program there.
Yeah.
Villa Musica is still happening, still popping.
Mm-hmm.
We have some friends of ours, Ellie and Aaron, that run a lot of the ops stuff there. Ellie's a vocalist, and Aaron, I believe, teaches vocals and cello too. But and we also have our friends that moved to New Mexico, Isaac, who was a drum instructor there, and his wife Caitlin, who I believe taught cello there.
I did not know they moved.
Yeah, neither did most everyone else. But yeah, maybe can you speak a little bit on your time at Villa Musica and what it did for you?
So
maybe let people know what Villa Musica is as well.
Oh yeah, it's a nonprofit music school in San Diego, and they offer private lessons, and they have a bunch of different ensembles for all ages, like 0 to 100, all ages. It's welcome for everybody. And I was in the teen rock band program for like 2 years, I think. I did like three 16-week sessions, I'm pretty sure. Um, but I played drums for them, and that was a really good opportunity for me because that's when I like was forced to learn songs that I didn't know. So I had to cover and learn drum parts that um, had like different beats that I'd never even touched before. And that really helped develop like my own style because then I took from these other drummers' styles, and then some of like little elements from those songs are now in my own style. And I actually got to play at the fair um, with Villa Musica a few times, or 2 times, I think. Um, but that was awesome because that was like my first time playing on a big stage with
Mm.
mics and like people watching.
Isn't that crazy
uh,
when you hear a kick drum
yeah,
for the first time
yes,
coming up? You're just like click, 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 boom, boom. Like, oh, jeez.
yeah,
I don't have to kick it hard at all.
it's amazing. Yeah, you can actually hear the drums through all the other instruments
Yeah.
on stage. Magic. Um, yeah, so while I was doing that, um, the owner, Fiona, she asked me if I wanted to work there as a receptionist because they needed somebody um, to fill in that spot. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know if that's good for me because I was very, very shy, and you have to be good at talking to people if you're a receptionist.
Mhm.
So I was very hesitant, but that was also my first job. And so I was like, you know what? This will be good for me. Whatever, I'll do it. And I did it, and it was great. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and it was difficult because I was not used to anything like that.
Hmm.
But it really helped me with my communication skills and just like learning how jobs work. Um, and then COVID happened, and then that job went away, and then that's when I really started focusing on all of my music stuff more. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Any plans to maybe teach at Villa Musica?
Um, at the moment, no. My There's been a lot of people that have come up to me and said I should teach or like asked if I wanted to, but at the moment I just don't feel ready for that. I'm actually going to do like a test teaching thing with a friend of mine who wants to get better at drums like next week, I think. So that will be like a good trial to see if it's good for me. And if it is, if I like it and I find that I can do it, then I probably will um, like get into teaching more.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm mostly just fearful, really,
Mm.
because I just don't know if I would be good at it, and I don't know if I would like it. It's just the unknown. I just
Sure.
don't know. Yeah.
Teaching, I feel like it goes hand in hand with music as far as like giving kind of giving back to the listener in this like full circle kind of way. Um and I mean I've been teaching since like 2012. So it's certainly a staple in my mm, in like my financial profile to like we were talking about this earlier, like anyone watching that wants to be a musician, I feel and Rebecca, I hope you agree, like need to kind of diversify their services as a musician, and that
Mm-hmm.
isn't just limited to live performance or studio work. You know, it includes teaching, it includes being able to well, I mean, like something I did is I started making, you know, my own instruments, you know, and selling those,
Oh
which is
yeah.
funny enough how
Yeah.
you know, Rebecca and I met was how she bought some of my Kashkas right here. um, and you can buy it. No, I'm kidding. But you know, like that has been such a part of my life, and I feel like even if I don't know, I think I went through a lot about teaching about no, they have to do it, they have to do this, and if they don't do this, like they're not going to be a good musician, and that's when you have to remember that not everyone that you're going to teach is going to be the next John Bonham or want to be. And so I started saying I'm giving them, the student, like the gift of music, and whatever that, you know, means to you, I guess. But to me, it just means like it's, you know, they want to learn. I'm there to teach them as much as I can. So to say that you're not ready, I would say that's false. I think you're totally ready to do it.
Thank you.
You just got to have
That.
the patience. I think at the end of the day is like, and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that, you know, like they're not learning like you are or have learned like you have. And
Right.
understanding that everyone learns differently. Like for instance, I teach this one student online, and I think he's like 7 or 8. So you can imagine that the attention span, first and foremost, is not there as much of the time. But
Mm-hmm.
I found out last week that he's a very visual learner, and we're working out of this this book that I just purchased, called A Drum Method for the Beginning, or for the Young Drummer, by James Yoshizawa. Shout out James. And man, did he just like fly through the pages that we were working on, because it's all right there in
Wow.
front of him. So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to say about being a teacher is less about like teaching how it licks, but also figuring out how they learn so you can apply what you already know to what. And I think something that you have on your side, and what I feel like I had on my side as well, is that you learned from square one, from with the teacher.
Right.
Whereas some people
Yeah.
like get lessons later. Like you and I share this, which is cool, that like I didn't touch a drum set until my very first lesson. You know, so like I
Mm-hmm.
had the idea of what drums were, and how beats go, I guess. Um, but you know, like I think we all start off with, you know, what I call the quarter note groove, which whatever is,
Yeah.
you know, just I don't know, the alone together kind of,
Yeah.
that's it, you know, and you start there and build scaffold up. But so whatever that means, I feel like as long as, and some people hate teaching, so it's not for
Mm-hmm.
everyone, but it is a great way to give back, but also a very steady way to have a um, nice paycheck at the end of the month, but also
Right.
like doing something in your field
Yeah.
that's not,
That
you know,
is
being a
the.
receptionist, or that's not, you know, working at In-N-Out or something.
Yeah. That is like the struggle I'm having, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I want to do something in the field of music,
Mm-hmm.
um, that is like hands-on like that, which is why I'm doing the audio engineering program, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that that can lead into something stable. Um,
I think it
but
definitely will, if you do it for
I'm
sure.
I'm hoping, yes. Um,
You know, too,
but we'll
like
see.
just to push on the Studio West thing, um, you could. There's like different ways to go about learning that stuff too. I feel like you could find some studios to intern at,
Mm,
and it would be free, and you could just ask questions.
yeah,
It's like one on one and not in a class of like 20 people.
that's true.
Um, Probably a little harder to get in that space, but
Hmm.
there's plenty of studios in San Diego that
Oh yeah,
that might need someone to help run cable, or like
yeah,
even just coming in on like, yo, you have a session, can I help?
yeah.
I think, and then you learn that way too.
That's actually a really good point. And yeah, I'm definitely going to consider that now.
But
Um,
this the Pro Tools certification at Studio West, which I'm assuming is part of your thing, like that's huge.
oh yeah,
Like getting that piece of
yeah,
paper, like, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think when I have like all the music degrees on my wall, like, yep, there's my paper. That's about as far as I go. Like I think it's really unique being a musician because, especially right now, because you can learn just about anything on YouTube. Firstly,
oh yeah,
but
yeah,
but finding the place to apply it in the real world, I think, is the harder spot. So if you can just forego the gatekeepers in that way, like that's notable to try.
right, yeah.
Well, there's Matt's philosophy
You
class.
have my brain
There it is.
running now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Um, Let me think. Oh, I have a couple rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay. Whoops. For everyone out there, just if you're listening and you want lessons with Rebecca, say what up in the chat because she needs to start teaching. She needs students, everybody. Okay. So we talked about heads already, but maybe for those who weren't here, can you tell us about your favorite heads and why?
Aquarian, because they have a great variety, and I've tried other brands like Remo and Evans, but Aquarians are my go-to because they're easy to tune. They give me the sound I want every single time, and they look good too.
Are you an artist with Aquarium?
I'm not, but I just love Aquarian. I
Okay.
would love to be an Aquarian artist though.
Yeah.
My teacher is.
Well,
Um,
I think
but
your teacher could help you get on Aquarian for sure.
that would be awesome. That's like one of my goals.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. 'Cause I mean, I really do love Aquarian.
Uh-huh.
Like I haven't gone wrong with them at all. So, Aquarian.
Aquarian. Does your teacher hook it up on heads at all ever?
No, but
Uh
that's okay.
all
I
right.
don't care.
All right. Okay. Go Aquarian. Okay. What about symbols? What's your favorite symbols and why?
Whew. That's actually hard because I have a set of zildjians and I have a set of minals. The zildjians are the A, just the Zildjian A
A
symbol pack.
customs or the
No,
Avitas?
just A.
Oh, got you.
Not it's not either of those. Just A, plain A. Um,
Plain A.
those
Okay.
those are good, but I do prefer my minals, which I like selected each one individually. So I
Uh-huh.
have 14-inch sand hats, the
Ooh,
Benny Greb sand hats.
those are great
Those
symbol lines.
those are my absolute favorite hi-hats I've ever played.
Mhm.
They're crispy and they have a good open sound and a good closed sound. Hands down, my favorite hi-hats. Um, then I have an 18-inch Byzance hybrid crash.
Mhm.
I
Is that
have
like
a
lathed a certain way because it's hybrid? Is it like shiny in one spot and unlathed in the other
Yeah,
spot? Okay.
yeah. Um, and then I have a 20-inch vintage crash. I'm trying to remember everything now. Um, it's a 20-inch Byzance vintage crash. All of them are Byzance, Meinl Byzance.
Got it. That's
Um,
great. That's like the Turkish style.
yeah, they have a really unique sound. Um, and I think that's what helps with getting my own sound too, is my cymbal selection.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the ride, I actually prefer my Zildjian ride. It's the 21-inch sweet ride. That's
It's a
my
great
favorite
ride cymbal.
ride.
Great ride
Yeah,
cymbal.
the bell sounds good. Riding on it sounds good. Crashing on it sounds good. It's a good ride. Those are my favorite four.
Very cool. Very good. I'm a Zildjian guy at the end of the day. I think just so consistent. I think, but I've every time I hear a Meinl, I say ooh, that sounds good. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know the drummer in town, Forrest Rice. We've had him on the stream before.
yeah.
He's
I
a big
think
Meinl
I'm.
guy.
Oh, Forrest. What band does he play in?
He plays in
He
Covet.
plays in. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and
Um,
he has a studio in Oceanside, and
yeah,
we've met up a
that's
couple
right.
times and gotten to like he has so many cymbals, and he's just like, no,
Oh
try this one, and
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, because I was telling him like, yo, I kind of want to get some Meinls, and he's like, oh, well, let me show you my favorites, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Um,
The reason I got Meinls were actually because of drummers like him, like progressive math rock kind of stuff. I found
hmm
that those drummers tend to use Meinl, and I just love the sound of them. So
Yeah.
I bought some and I love them.
Do you like
Yeah.
drummers like Matt Garska?
Yes.
Yeah, he uses a bunch of Meinls
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Very cool. I felt like Meinl kind of came out of nowhere. Like it's a German company, which is weird.
Yeah.
Um, the I don't know if you saw this a while ago, but there was a moment that I was going to move to Nashville, and I went to Nashville and actually went to their main distribution hub. Their only distribution hub is in Nashville, the
Oh
Meinl
wow.
Meinl factory. And I got to go out there and see what's up because I was gonna hopefully work at the on the factory floor, like picking cymbals stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm very happy that I'm staying in Southern California, but
That's
that
good.
would have been a nice, interesting, to the left of my profession, but still in the same field. Would have
Right.
been an
I was
interesting.
thinking about working at Taylor Guitars. It's in El Cajon.
Sure.
I thought about that. Like, if I can't find something stable, then that would be a good alternative.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever thought about drum flip?
Oh, I haven't, but that's actually also a good option. I won a cymbal from them
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
few
no way.
months ago.
Cool.
Yeah,
There's also I don't know if I mean as far as like San Diego local like drum things. Do you know Vessel drums?
I've heard of I've heard of that, but I'm
If
not
you've ever been to the
familiar
Belly
really.
Up, and the drummer's not using their own kit, they're most likely using a Vessel kit because they have a
Okay.
really awesome house kit
Mm-hmm.
there. And to shout out another Twitch channel, this channel Barn Time, it's on my water here. Barn
Barn
Time
time.
uses Vessels on all their streams. One to check out. Shout out Barn Time. Woo woo. Cool.
You can
Um,
see my cat here.
what's your cat's name?
This is Ivan. There's
Ivan.
another one, Iris. She's asleep on the ground right now. So, okay, let's get you down here. Okay,
Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me.
I know.
Cool. So I think this is always a funny question, but I have to ask it. Do you prefer a specific hardware?
Ooh, that is a good question. Generally, no. but I like my double braced Yamaha cymbal stands. They seem like really solid. Um,
Yamaha makes
I
everything
haven't,
so well.
yeah, I haven't really tried a bunch of different hardware, so I can't answer that completely because I haven't had the chance to like experiment with different brands and stuff.
All good. So I think under the hardware moniker, there's also like pedals. Like what type of pedal are you using?
That's actually a good one. I use the Pearl what is it? I use the like lowest Pearl double bass pedal,
The
but
Eliminators?
also no, I'm actually gonna look it up right now because I want to get this right. Um, give me a second. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, Pearl P32. Oh, the longboard pedals. So P31 is the single one, and I use that for my gigging kit, but for my studio kit, I have the P932, which is the double kick, which I actually rarely use. But that pedal is like super affordable and it feels great.
Hmm.
Um, and then I use lowboy beater heads at my studio kit, and those are also awesome.
Speak a little bit on the lowboy beater. I haven't ever tried them, but what is it about the lowboys that makes everyone go wild?
Yeah, so I actually got my first ones for Christmas last year, and I didn't think it would be such a big difference because I was using just the pearl, um, whatever came on the
Yeah.
pearl pedals, and when I switched to the low boys, it automatically they are like super light. Like the pedal or the beater itself is not light, but the feel of it like feels super airy, and then the sound, it just like has this punch that I love. So the feel and the sound, like it's really great. Like I wasn't expecting it, but I love it. I would definitely recommend trying it if you can.
I would
I have wood
have you
ones.
ever tried Dan bar beaters?
I have not.
They someone I watched this video just yesterday from this other Instagram drummer named Jake Reed. I don't know if you're familiar with
Hmm.
him. Um, he he interviewed Aaron Serfati. He's a one of the drum faculty at USC on how
Okay.
to tune a bunch of drums. And Aaron
Uh-huh.
mentioned Dan bar is the best beater you can get. I've seen a lot of jazz
Okay.
drummers use Dan bar, but
I'll look into those. Yeah.
I would say yeah, they're like your typical like I don't know round felt beater normal.
Uh-huh.
But if you ever had like a Yamaha pedal, they have kind of the similar shape.
Okay, yeah, that's what I started with. So
Hmm.
I
So
can
yeah,
picture it
similar
now.
beater. Um. Okay. And what's your go-to stick?
Right now, Vic 5Bs. So when I started, I was using like the smallest sticks I could, like 7As and 8As, 5As. Um, but once I started like playing heavier music, I switched to 5Bs to get the loudness and the punch. Um, and I've just stuck with those because I can play softer with them if I need to because I like have the feel for them now, but
Hmm.
I can also like smash them. if I want to.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Um, I have an endorsement with a Regal Tip. Shout out Regal Tip.
Okay.
And their 5As are literally like 5B size. So when I
Really?
first ordered my set of 5As and I got them, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And so yeah, I've been rocking those 5As, but the 5B, they feel like 5Bs, and they're kind of
I'm
heavy.
gonna try those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Regal Tip 5As.
Okay.
I'm not sure if have you tried Regal Tips before?
I haven't. I've been wanting to try different drumstick brands because I haven't experimented much like with brands in general.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, prepared to be really
but
sad if you get the wrong sticks and hit your cymbals and you're like, man, they make my cymbals sound really great or really bad. You know?
yeah,
It's funny.
yeah.
In nylon tip versus wood tip is just
Oh,
out of the
yeah.
world.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So Regal Tip has they have the gloss on their sticks, which some people
Oh.
just don't like. I don't know why, because I guess they just feel different than wood. I've
Mhm.
just since gotten used to it, and I don't think it makes any difference at all. But
Mhm.
some people just like Regal Tip gloss. Oh, you know. So
Haters.
yeah, bunch of Regal Tip
Yeah.
haters. They're not keeping it regal out there. um, well, oh, and the last one here. What are some of your like favorite drummers? You know, who do you grab a lot of
Okay.
influence from?
Yeah. Okay. Chad Smith, Dave Grohl, John Bonham, Neil Peart. I don't know. Do you say it Peart or Peart?
Pert.
Because I've heard both. Okay. Me too. That's what I
So
think
is
it
he.
is. Yes. Neil Peart. Okay. Good. Um, hmm. I'd say those are my four
So
main inspirations.
how do you A/B like Dave Grohl versus Taylor Hawkins? Who do you like better if you had to pick one? And do you like
Okay.
Dave Grohl like Nirvana Dave Grohl, or do you like Dave Grohl like just entirely?
Good questions. I would choose Dave Grohl because I like him entirely as a musician
Mm.
and a person too. He's a great guy. Um, but like he's honestly one of my biggest inspirations and idols really because um, I want to be able to play everything just as well as he does because I do play a little bit of guitar and piano and all of that stuff, but I want to be able to like master it, and I think he can do that. I don't know, have you seen his 20-minute video song? He made a
No.
20-minute song where he plays every single instrument, and there's a video that goes with it, and it's a bunch of Dave Grohl's on screen. You should check that out when you have time.
My favorite Dave Grohl video
It's
is his Fresh Pots
amazing.
video.
Oh, I've seen that one. That one's funny.
There's
Yeah,
my jazz trio has a song called Fresh Pots, and
really?
it
That's
was written by our
awesome.
bass player with the tempo marking noted. Play as if you had just drank an entire pot of coffee. So
That's
it's a quick
awesome.
song.
I would assume. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it is a funny one. um, well, those are all my rapid fire questions.
Nice.
Um, let me think. We got anything else you wanna end with? Anything
Hmm.
you need to rant about?
I can't think of anything
Okay.
right now.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, I have a couple more things to take care of over here for everyone that's here in the stream. We always ask you every week to crank our snares. And if you're asking what do you mean, Matt? Crank Our Snares? Crank Our Snares is giving us some donations. We have a little donation bar in the About section of our Twitch page, as you can see on the top left corner of our stream here, keeping the lights on. We have 192 days to make $100. This is this is easily gonna be smashed here in that many days, but it can only be smashed with your help. Domain names cost a lot. And we have some prizes that we give away from time to time that we have to make sure we can get it out to you, shipping and all that stuff. So if you have any bit of cash and you're watching and you're just like, yeah, I want to support them, you can go to the About section of our page and donate straight there. Really easy. And that's all for that. Fun donations. Keep the world going round. Well, to round out the stream here, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. That was fun.
And please go check out, let me bring it up here. We somewhat mentioned this, but Rebecca has a slew of great things online. She has a YouTube channel. You can call it Rebecca Sykes. Gosh, Sykes. Rebecca Sykes. Check it out on YouTube. She's got a very awesome Instagram. That's right here. Same thing. And please go check that out. Buy her merch. We didn't talk about that, but you have merch.
That's okay. I do have merch.
Stickers too?
Not yet.
Get those stickers. We need stickers.
I will. I do have ones for myself, but I haven't found a good way to sell them yet. But I will.
Yeah,
I will.
We will. Well, when you do, make sure you let us know. We can give some away here on the stream to the next person that says foot cam, maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, Rebecca, it's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate all the time you've given us today. So, big round of applause for Rebecca Sykes, who does not go by Rebecca Skies. Rebecca Sykes, y'all.
That's right.
Rebecca Sykes. Sykes. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna split, y'all. So hopefully, if you haven't subscribed or followed us on Twitch, please do. We also have an Instagram by the same name. Check us out, and that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks, y'all.